Where the sun sinks through leagues of arid sky, where the sun dies o'er leagues of arid plain, where the dead bones of wasted rivers lie, trailed from their channels in yon mountain chain, where day by day not takes the weary die but the low-rimming mountains, sharply based on the dead levels, moving far or nigh, as the sick vision wanders o'er the waste, but ever day by day against the sunset traced high there moving through a poisonous cloud that stings with dust of alkali the trampling band of Indian ponies. Ride on dusky wings the red marauders of the western land, heavy with spoil, they seek the trail that brings their flaunting lances to that sheltered bank where lie their lodges, and the river sings forgetful of the plain beyond, that drank its life blood, where the wasted caravans sank. Thither brought with them the thief's ignoble spoil, the beggar's dole, the greed of chiffonier, the scum of camps, the implements of toil snatched from dead hands, to rust as useless here. All they could rake or glean from hut or soil piled their lean ponies, with a jackdaw's greed for vacant glitter. It were scarce a foil to all this tinsel that one feathered reed bore on its barb 2 scalps that freshly bleed ivy they brought with them, alas! A wounded foe, bound hand and foot, yet nursed with cruel care, lest that in death he might escape one throe they had decreed his living flesh should bear a youthful officer, by one foul blow of treachery surprised. Yet fighting still amid his ambushed train, calm as the snow above him, hopeless, yet content to spill his blood with theirs, and fighting but to kill had fought nobly, and in that brief spell had won the awe of those rude bordermen who gathered round him, and beside him fell in loyal faith and silence, save that when by smoke embarrassed, and near sight as well, he paused to wipe his eyeglass, and decide its nearer focus, there rose a yell of approbation, and Bob Barker cried, "Wade in, Dundreary!" Tossed his cap and died. Vi their sole survivor now. His captors bear him all unconscious, and beside the stream leave him to rest. Meantime the squaws prepare the stake for sacrifice, nor wakes a gleam of pity in those furies' eyes that glare expectant of the torture, yet alway his steadfast spirit shines and mocks them there with peace they know not, till at close of day on his dull ear there thrills a whispered grey. Vi starts. Was it a trick? Had angels kind touched with compassion some weak woman's breast? Such things he'd read of. Faintly to his mind came Pocahontas pleading for her guest, but then, this voice, though soft, was still inclined to baritone. A squaw in ragged gown stood near him, frowning hatred. Was he blind whose eye was this beneath that beetling frown? The frown was painted, but that wink meant brown. Hush! For your life and mine. The thongs are cut, he whispers, in yon thicket stands my horse one dash. I follow close, as if to glut my own revenge, yet bar the other's course now. And 'tis done. Grey speeds, Brown follows, but ere yet they reach the shade, Grey, fainting, reels, yet not before Brown's circling arms close shut his in, uplifting him. Anon he feels a horse beneath him bound, and hears the rattling heels. Then rose a yell of baffled hate, and sprang headlong the savages in swift pursuit, though speed the fugitives, they hope to hang hot on their heels, like wolves, with tireless foot. Long is the chase, Brown hears within whip and the short, hard panting of his gallant steed beneath its doubled burden, vainly rang both voice and spur. The heaving flanks may bleed, yet comes the sequel that they still must heed. Brown saw it reined his steed, dismounting, stood calm and inflexible. Old chap! You see there is but one escape. You know it? Good, there is one man to take it. You or he, the horse won't carry double. If he could, 'twould but protract this bother. I shall stay, I've business with these devils, they with me, I will occupy them till you get away. Hush! Quick time, forward there. God bless you, Grey. But as he finished, Grey slipped to his feet, calm as his ancestors in voice. And you do forget yourself when you compete with him whose right it is to stay and die. That's not your duty. Please regain your seat, and take my orders since I rank you here. Mount and rejoin your men, and my defeat report at quarters. Take this letter, ne'er give it to aught but her, nor let aught interfere. She on, shamed and blushing, Brown the letter took obediently and placed it in his pocket, then, drawing forth another, said, I look for death as you do, wherefore take this locket and letter. Here his comrade's hand he shook in silence. Should we both together fall, some other man but here all speech forsook his lips, as ringing cheerily or all he heard afar his own dear bugle call. 13th was his command and succor, but e'en then Grey fainted, with poor Brown, who had forgot he likewise had been wounded, and both men were picked up quite unconscious of their lot. Long lay they in extremity, and when they both grew stronger, and once more exchanged old vows and memories, one common Indian hospital was theirs, and free they ranged, awaiting orders, but no more estranged. Zive, and yet 'twas strange, nor can I end my tale without this moral. To be fair and just, they never sought to know why each did fail the prompt fulfillment of the other's trust. It was suggested they could not avail themselves of either letter, since they were duly dispatched to their address by mail by Captain X, who knew Miss Rover Fair now meant stout Mistress Bloggs of blank blank Square,